selecting user preferences and printer preferences in Parts and Service. You can set your user preferences by going up to User Options and first select User Preferences Service. The preferences we see here that start with the word default are typically used if you are setting up commission plans for various employees. For right now, we're going to focus on these two on the bottom, Department Preference on Service Order, and here we're just selecting the department that we're working in or will be working in most often. In this case, we'll select Service, then select SO Prepared By, and here we'll select the employee that's most likely going to prepare the service order. We'll select John Donnelly. Now that we've selected the default person for preparing the service order, this name will populate the Prepared By field on the service order each time it's opened. Keep in mind, if someone else is preparing the service order, the name can be easily changed from the service order. Next, select Purchasing. And just like the Prepared By on the service order, we have the purchase order prepared by. Go over to the drop-down, select the name we want to default in. We're going to stick with John Donnelly for this example. Then over to Purchasing Preference, and here we can select the default for ordering preference. And here we're telling the system what we want to see when we open the order parts form. In this case, we're going to see the POS orders in the service orders. We can select All to see all the categories, POS, service orders, reorder points. Let's stick with the POS and service orders and go take a look. We'll go to Parts, Purchasing, Create Purchase Orders, and now here's the view we have set up. Service orders in retail sales, POS. The Order Parts box is checked to remind us that we can always order a part from this screen by simply clicking the Add Item from Parts Catalog, or we can add a special order item. We can change the view from right here. If we uncheck the Retail Sales box, now we're only seeing the service orders. If we click out, then come back in, we can see the box is checked again because this is the default that we've set up. Let's go back to User Options, Purchasing. And if we wanted to change that to just default to the service orders, we could just check the service orders box. And we have the Received By Employee. This will most likely be the employee handling the receiving. And let's select Roger Moorhead. Finally, we have the receiving location. And if your company has multiple locations, you're going to select the location that you're at. Now let's go take a look at selecting printer preferences. Start by going to Reports and click on Set Printers. Click on Set Default Printer. Select your default printer from the list. We'll click on this one and then select Set Printer Preference. And now you can see that under Current Printer, we now have our printer. Go down and click Done. The next two buttons work the same. If you want to set your receipt printer, just choose from the list. Also, if you want to set your label printer, again, choose from the list, click Set Printer Preference, and you're done. And finally, we have the Set Part Received Printer button. This is used to print a receiving form to alert the parts or service manager that an ordered part has been received. This is an optional feature, and if we want to use it, we need to make sure that it's turned on. To do that, we'll go up and click on Administration, Preferences by Location, and then Options. We'll scroll down and click on Print Receiving Form. And here's our toggle switch where we can turn on or off. And that's it.